Okay, the first one we'll encounter is your drug-crazed addict. Notice the stupid way he holds the gun off to the side. You'll note that if he does fire his gun, the shell will eject into his face, into his eye. So what we're going to do is, here he is. And he has the gun on you. And you say, "Here, you can have my wallet." And he'll look at it and say, "Or you can have some nice pork and beans." Or, back on the porch, "My wife's got some Twinkies we've been hoarding, if you'd like some Twinkies." Now while he's in this drug-crazed stupor and looking off towards the porch, you get to swinging with your pork and beans. And you come a-swinging, and you swing down, and you pork and beat him. And there you have it. Perfectly pork and beaned. Now we'll go on to our next concept. Now our next scenario is for when the children that our government has trained to come and rat on their parents and to rat on the neighborhood. They've already been trained and given guns, and they'll be coming out with the UN forces to kick you out of your home just because someone in Afghanistan doesn't have a roof over their head. You don't deserve one either. So they'll come to your door. Now, giving these kids semi-automatic weapons is a lot like giving this here critter a semi-automatic weapon. Don't get scared. It's only a picture. Okay? Now these kids will have a gun looking something like this. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. It's just a picture. It's just a picture. You tofu sucking people, don't be scared. Okay. Now when they come up to you, smile at them. They've never been smiled at before. You ever seen Harry Reid or Nancy Pelosi? They don't smile at nobody. And the ones that do smile at you, like Barney Frank, makes the kids want to run. So, what you do, you come up to them and smile. Now, they'll be so shocked at a smile, they don't know what to do. Then you take a step towards them. Well, now they're thinking about old Barney coming after. So, they'll immediately go to draw their weapon. They're ill-trained. 1/3 of them will shoot their own foot. At the sound of the gunshots, another 1/3 of them will pee themselves. Now their UN handlers will laugh themselves silly. And if the other 1/3 manages to come around and try and do anything about it, you just reach over and you pork and beat them. Now, don't worry a thing about their UN handlers. They'll be so busy laughing and rolling on the floor. They'll gather up all the rest of them, put their little wet little trousers and everything in their transport vehicle, and they'll take them off to a field and probably shoot them all. Then go back and tell their superiors that their kids were playing around with their guns and they were doing fast draws and ended up killing themselves. And they'll leave you alone, unless they need some more entertainment someday. So you don't have to worry about that. Well, now we've taken care of the drug dealer, and we've taken care of the Presidential Juju Task Force. Now we're going to come across something really serious and really deadly. It's a dyed-in-the-wool, gosh for darn, Arabian terrorist. So get ready. Okay, now for those of you who've been in your parents' basement playing World of Warcraft, there are terrorists out there that want to do us harm. And when they find out that you don't have any guns, they'll be out free ranging. They may or may not have a towel on their head, but they'll most likely have an AK-47. This is what one looks like. Don't be scared. It's just a picture. Don't be scared. It's okay. Go back to your tofu. Don't let it upset your stomach. It's just a picture. Now they'll come in 2s and 3s. And they won't want to be messing around. So you have to start the conversation before you get Akbar'd. Don't let them get that Akbar out. Okay? So you walk up to them. You start swinging your beans. Pork and beans. And you swing it around and around. And you holler at them. Say, I got me here a can of pork and beans. And the juice is just flying on out. And as a matter of fact, as you're twirling and twirling, you tell them that you've been eating the pork and beans. And prove it to them. That ought to terrify them, because they spill your blood, they won't be pure. Now what you do is I prepared my walking stick with a little device, the laser pointer. And what you do is that you point at them and you sneakily press that button. And when they see that red light on you, you holler, "Sniper! Sniper!" And they'll look around. And what you do is that you turn around, you blind them with your laser pointer, and you poke them in the eye with your stick. And then you pick up your can of pork and beans and you slam the other one with the pork and beans. Well, he's been Akbar'd. The other ones will run away for fear of the pork and beans. They can't touch pork. So just remember, give up your gun, get a can of pork and beans. It's what our country wants. Whew. A lot of pork and beans.